The upcoming Republican National Convention is scheduled in Milwaukee from July 15th to the 18th, drawing more than 50,000 people. It will also serve as a formal nomination for former President Donald Trump as a Republican presidential candidate. Amidst this, there are discussions on the impact of the convention on black conservatives. Orlando Owens, who runs the program Project Move the Needle, believes a strong RNC could swing the state in Trump's favor by November. Owens joins us now. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So what does the RNC mean for Wisconsin and especially black conservatives like yourself?
Well, it's a great opportunity for us to contrast our platforms and our solutions to the other side, and for individuals to take a hard look at where their votes and their concerns may align with.
So you grew up on Milwaukee's north side, single parent. You also attended a HBCU. Mm-hmm. What influenced you to become a Republican?
Well, like many blacks, I thought I was a Democrat. But many blacks, we have very conservative values, and we just don't call them conservative. It's kind of how we were brought up. We don't like big government or the man in our business. We like our firearms. We like traditional families. We like being entrepreneurs. And so having those values in my family, we just never called it conservative, which is how we were. And when I started down the political process, I saw an alignment that better aligned with Republican conservative values.
Trump recently made news calling Milwaukee a horrible city. Will that hurt him at all in Milwaukee when he comes here?
I think when we're honest about Milwaukee and all the negative indicators, I question how wrong President Trump really was in his assessment. We were one of the leading nations, neighborhoods in the country for high incarceration for black males, high unemployment, dropout rates, all the negative indicators. We just had, Juneteenth just passed, had a shooting. A week ago, we had 3 murders in a weekend. So some of that is factually correct. So I think it's an honest assessment.
Okay. So Trump, who's a former U.S. president, first to be convicted of felony crimes, 34 to be exact. Will that hurt him at all?
Again, when we're talking about African Americans, again, I go back to the previous statement. We have a lot of felons in our city. So felons are eligible voters in Wisconsin once you've completed your probation. These are good people. And I think also it speaks to how the injustice system can be injustice.
Tell me about your program, Project Move the Needle. What is that about, and what are you trying to do with that?
We're trying to move the needle in the city of Milwaukee by anywhere from 3 to 5 percentage points, because we understand we won't win Milwaukee or Milwaukee County, but we can move the needle, which means it plays a better position in the overall vote in the state of Wisconsin. If we can win Wisconsin, then we can win the country.
So how many votes do you have to get to move that needle?
Well, I would say anywhere between 7 to maybe 10,000. I'm ambitious, so I want to move the needle and also push the envelope, because I think we can do it. I think like no other time before, more blacks, especially black males, are very open to hearing another conversation.
Are you targeting specific area codes or zones?
We are. We have different area codes and wards that we are focused on, mostly black, brown, under 35 years of age, renters. We are looking at the registered voters. We are definitely targeting our efforts. We can't cover the entire city, so we're targeting different wards that we think this message will resonate with.
So Trump also said that he's done more for blacks than former President Barack Obama and current President Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. What's your statement on that?
I think you look at each president has always had their legacy pieces of legislation and policies. I think the First Step Act was tremendous in justice reforms. I think the support of opportunity zones, locking in of historical black college funding for over a decade. These are things or hallmarks of the Trump administration that he can look back very fondly of.
So what makes Trump the best candidate?
I think he has the best grasp of the economy. He started the First Step Act. I want to see where that goes. Opportunity zones are huge as far as in Milwaukee in particular, the levels of black male unemployment. I think he has a better grasp of the economy and definitely a better grasp of where we are on the world stage with the military. So I think he has the components that we need right now in this time in history.
Does Trump age bother you?
Not at all. I think it's really about the individual. I think you compare and contrast both Biden and Trump. You see two men who are a few years apart, but how age has affected each one a little bit differently.
Okay. I've heard many blacks refer to Trump as being a racist. He has made some statements that are a little controversial. Some people say a lot controversial. What do you say when people say, you know, Trump is a racist and he will attack a lot of black programs, he will attack things like that? What do you say to that?
I don't think his history shows that. He's been president before and didn't show anything of attacking anything that, you know, would be harmful to African Americans. On the other hand, I can talk about Joe Biden from the 84 sentencing bill, the 94 crime bill. These things directly and still today, in particular Milwaukee and urban areas to black and brown people, still affect us today. So we can look at one who may say something controversial versus who says things and actually does things in application. I remember Joe Biden talking about the busing jungle. You know, so we can hold both men accountable, and I think people are.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining us.